I know 600 words for bad. This is worse than all of them.
Shit.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Captain's Pod, Stardate 261586.1. Welcome aboard the Starship Jefferies, and thank you for joining us on our continuing voyages through the final frontier. I'm your captain, Ian Whittington, and with me as always, she has no memory of conquering a dragon. It's Ambassador Deneé.
I slept through that one.
That is such a great intro, and let me explain why it's so clever. Because you genuinely don't remember any of that, just like the character I'm talking about does not remember conquering the dragon as well.
Well, I just assumed you were talking about the last couple of episodes, which I have not watched at all.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. And with us, as sometimes, it's... Dude, where's my dicer? It's Commodore Dicer.
I'm right here.
There he is.
Dude,
No, I meant the
what's
whole
mine
thing.
say?
All right.
Dude, what's mine say?
Sweet. What's
Hey,
mine
Oh,
Dicer.
that's
say?
it. Shit. I fucked
Dicer,
it.
I need you to give me a recap.
Yeah,
What did
Dicer,
I miss?
synopsis, super quick for the 2 episodes that Deneé missed.
You mean do that thing again that's done and recorded and you could listen to? Like, is that what you... Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. All right.
Yeah,
Catch
but I
up.
want the Deneé version. See, that's already been done for everybody. This is just... No one else is listening to this but you and me.
So here's something if you don't know about me that you will learn today, and that is that
You
I
forgot.
flush stuff real fast. So you're
You are
gonna need to give me a
Just like
second
Deneé.
to remember. I remember. Dude, where's my starship last week? That was I can do that one. The week before, it was a horror movie.
Yeah,
It was
zombies.
yeah. You would have
Like,
hated.
what do I need to know? Like, did we learn something new about a character that I should know?
There is one thing we learned, and it's that I'm wrong about La'an. I don't think La'an is pregnant.
Oh, thank God.
There was a previously on.
All right, hold on a second. I got to own up to something.
Go
I
on.
just said, oh, thank God. But then I immediately remembered that what I really want is for a La'an Spock baby.
This. You wanted this.
Shit.
So they did a previously on that was like reminding us that she had Romulan blood inside of her. She didn't get turned into a Vulcan. She got turned part Romulan, and that activated her augment genes. So I think what it actually is that her augment stuff is waking up, and that's about the only thing that we got out of 2 episodes.
Well, we had a pretty good discussion about Kirk, about James T.
Yes.
Because there was more James T. pining for his child kind of stuff.
Oh, yes. Yeah, his child is mentioned quite a bit.
And he has
that
randomly
he's
shown up
absent
in
from.
both of the episodes that you've missed. Like,
Yeah.
he's just
So-
always around by convenience.
The child or James?
No,
James.
T.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
But he was wrestling with how he is distant from his child because of Starfleet.
Right. Okay. Forgot he had one.
So did
Star Trek.
I wish Star Trek had forgotten he'd had one, because he's not. There is some debate about whether he actually knows about this kid and how much he's involved with it. But
Yeah, that was something you missed. There was also the buildup of Scotty versus
Ortegas.
came to a head last week,
Oh.
and they had a buddy adventure, Dude, Where's My Car hangover style.
Yeah,
So,
full on LSD drug trip.
that I kind of loved and Ian kind of hated. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, I
actually
despised it. Actually, and after some feedback, I'm not. Everybody is a dumb word. I'm never going to say everybody again.
Never.
Never is also a dumb
Never.
word.
Never is also-
Shut up. I never exaggerate to anyone, everybody. A lot of people enjoyed last week's episode and did see the fun in it. And I think I ended up at the end of the episode, I was
Yeah.
like, in hindsight, I think I will maybe appreciate it. But in the moment, I always want something a little bit more. But yeah, you missed zombies on a derelict starship, and you missed the crew getting high and then trying to find a shuttlecraft.
Not just zombies, like gross out body torture
Yeah.
horror
Wow.
stuff. Like
Spock cut off his
you
own
missed
ears.
the episode that
He cut
that
his
you may
what?
have never watched the show again if you had seen it.
Oh, shit.
It may have been one of those I'm done with Strange New Worlds moments. But yeah, Spock cut his own ears off.
Okay. Well, I thought you said penis, so that's better.
Yeah, ears in my accent absolutely sounds like penis.
Listen, there's a lot going
does
on.
That explains so
does
much.
Spock have pointy foreskin too? Like, is this?
Oh. This is why I don't
Vulcan
want to do
foreskin like is that?
This is why I
biological
don't want to do Strange New Worlds anymore. This conversation.
This is why you're in charge of the editing.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the only thing. Somebody's guts got sucked out of the starship through a hole in the glass.
Blown out.
Wow.
Blown out. Yes, sorry for let me use the technical vacuum term.
Okay.
It was disgusting. It was bloody and gross, and they were trying to go far. They wanted to be Saw.
This was the one right after dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And right before the stoner comedy. So
Jesus. Oh my God.
Yeah, this isn't a show that you binge because it doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense.
which I kind of love. And I honestly kind of love about this season. I
We
kind of
made
love
this
that we're
point
going to
last
some
week.
weird, interesting place. I mean, I hated the horror episode, but I like that we're kind of jumping to some weird stuff.
We're complaining at Strange New Worlds for doing exactly what we've been asking it to do.
That's what I'm trying to be careful not to complain about because
yeah,
I do.
don't complain.
I'm
They're
glad
listening
they're
to
doing
our
this.
show.
It can still be. It could be done. But it's like we're halfway there. It's like the technique is there, but the execution is a 1 at the minute for me.
Interesting.
Let's get into this week's episode. I've literally had to look up the pronunciation because fuck Strange New Worlds for these words I can't pronounce.
You mean like Griffin?
Shut up. It's fair. It's Strange New World, Season 4, Episode 4, A Case of Chiaroscuro.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Okay.
It is light and dark,
Okay.
I think, is the Italian.
Cool.
Yeah, bright and dark. So a case of light dark or a case of bright dark. Ambassador. Predictions. Or
A
singular
case.
prediction.
A case.
A case of bright dark.
So it's either going to be what, like a literal case or like a mystery. Who's on the case? Black and white. Okay, yeah, I thought I saw the thumbnail. I saw the thumbnail. I thumbnailed it. I saw the thumbnail there.
Prediction invalid because of thumbnail spoiling.
Because I saw the thumbnail, I feel like I cannot do predictions.
Oh, did the thumbnail give it away for you?
Oh yeah, it's pretty
One
evident.
thing.
We're doing like a mob and film noir thing.
Yeah, that
predictions,
was going
Aaron?
to be my guess. My guess was going to be that we were doing film noir. Like it
Yeah.
sounds like
Amazing.
a case of Sam Spade in the
Cyclospora.
case of the the such and such or whatever.
The case of the floppy fish.
This is the case of getting the shits from the lettuce.
Oh, well, references that will make sense this week.
Cyclospora.
I didn't even get that. That was good.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you
really
so
good.
much.
That was really, really good. Well done, Deneé. Yeah, I have the same predictions as you guys. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be black and white food poisoning plus film noir. Well, I'm glad the predictions went that well. That was great. Let's go to the holodeck to watch the episode, and then head over to 10 Forward for a full debrief. 3 to beam out. Welcome to 10 Forward, the part of the show where we grab something from the replicator and share our immediate thoughts and feelings on the episode we just watched together. Most important question first, what are you doing with your eyeballs, Aaron?
I did. My contacts were slipping. I was just trying to let them get centered again.
Wondered what the hell you were doing. It looked... Anyway, Ambassador, what would you like from the replicator?
Oh yeah, give me a gin and tonic.
Oh, do you
And a
think that's what they were...
cigarette.
Yeah, do you think they were drinking a lot of gin and tonic in this?
Yeah, she.
You're going to wipe you out, Shane.
That's a totally different genre
Shut up.
than
No,
this,
no,
by
it's
the
the
way.
same thing.
James Cagney has nothing to do with this genre.
It's all black and white. It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Come on, Aaron.
It's the same thing.
You should know movies. Give us your thing from the replicator.
Any sandwich as long as it doesn't have mustard.
Aw.
You are
That's
you
all.
Philistine. Cuban is a beautiful sandwich. Do you like Reubens? I bet you hate a Reuben.
Nothing with mustard. Meat, cheese.
So sad. I love it.
We're good. Nothing else.
Meat, cheese, and mustard is so good. I would like, and I am stunned that this wasn't yours, Deneé. Captain Pike's mug with the little delta on it. Did you see it?
I mean, I did.
His little coffee mug had a little delta on it.
How do you not? You go to that place.
What?
How do you not want something to drink from like the greatest black and white bar of all time?
Well, if you give me an episode that shows me the greatest black and white bar of all time, and then I'll pick something from it.
Oh, this is going to be good.
A shuttle containing Una, Umbenga, and Uhura has ventured into a very interesting star system where you can only see in black and white. They have to dodge a Klingon ship, which I got very excited about. They land on a planet that perfectly represents French resistance World War II with black and white stuff and mobster stylings as well. And Una happens to look exactly like both the resistance leader and collaborator leader, who is playing double duty, and is entwined in the resistance movement of this planet, ends up helping everybody. Suspicious shit happens on the Enterprise that is only mildly interesting, and then that's the end of the episode. What is your first big thing that you want to talk about, Ambassador?
Black and white. Does it hurt or help this episode? I'm kind of curious what you guys think about it, because obviously, like, it's its own character in a way. This entire episode, except for the last 2 seconds, is in complete black and white shading. Was it a distraction? Was it interesting? Like, I don't know. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that.
I always have pretty big opinions on black and white, because I'm a firm believer that if you're going to take a tool out of the toolbox, you're going to remove a tool from the cinematic toolbox. And color is a tool in the cinematic toolbox. You can do things with it. You can tell stories with it. You can use it metaphorically. You can do all sorts of things with it. If you're going to remove a tool from the toolbox, you should have a reason, right? The reason ostensibly here is to create the atmosphere that the nostalgia atmosphere that we know and love from these type movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as for that, it works. However, I firmly felt every time we got back to ship proper, it should have been in color.
Yeah.
And it annoyed and distracted me every single time.
That's a great point.
Well, I do have a question about that, because it was where I landed when the episode at the very end, when it goes back into color for that brief moment as the shuttle is returning back to the ship.
Right.
I was immediately confused about why the ship was ever, because there was like a radiation field of some kind that we're talking about.
There's a very beautiful, convenient reason that is given, which is very Star Trek, by the way. I don't take offense to it at all.
Yeah.
It's very Star Trek.
Well, Dune did it as well, right? Dune Part 2. They had the monochromatic planet as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Like, there's a whole species that lives like that. So I feel like it's not unique in sci-fi. It may even be a thing that is genuinely possible.
But what I was going to say is, I'm not even talking about the in-world reason shouldn't have been on the ship. I'm saying from an artistic sense, like as you're planning the episode, you should limit that radiation field, whatever, to the planet itself and have everything off the planet, you know, in color. Even if it makes sense for whatever, maybe the ship had moved out to where it was already in color and the, you know, them coming back was then coming into color, whatever. Like, I'm not going to quibble about why it was in color at the end. What I am going to quibble with is the fact that the artistic decision to do the whole episode in black and white until the last 2 seconds was distracting and not necessary for the ship parts, because those parts weren't part of the film noir-ish.
No, nothing was film noir about what was you, and you can do both. You can easily do both by having the Enterprise be out of range and do its own thing, and it kind of makes the stuff on the planet more impactful and more. It's weird that it took me out of it being black and white and out of the film noir stuff when we went back to the Enterprise. You're right, because it's completely out of theme. That is unsurprisingly one of my big points. I mean, it would be weird if it wasn't kind of all of our big points at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It is... I like it. Like, it's visually interesting. Like, it is unique. Like, we don't really get the... I mean, they did this in... They've done this in Voyager, where they go... Tom has a holodeck program because he's a big fan of anything that's 20th century. And he has a holodeck program that is set in like this 1920s vision of the future called Captain Proton. So it's like a Forbidden Planet style thing. And so everything on the holodeck program is monochromatic. And so you have entire episodes that get to play as if Star Trek was doing Forbidden Planet type stuff and like a different version of sci-fi, but everything on the Enterprise is everything on Voyager is still in color, like to your point, Aaron. So I really love that. Like, I love that idea. So I like that this is pretty. I like how it looks, but it just, it's like it never jumps out of gimmick for me. It never jumps out of like, what is this actually adding to the episode? And I think that could have been solved by just having the Enterprise not be in black and white. It's really interesting. But how did it work for you, Deneé?
I liked it. It didn't bother me too bad. I think as a fan of how they make their costumes and stuff, I was just sad to not see it all in color.
Yeah, everything always looks better in
That's
color.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You take the tool out of the toolbox. You know? Like,
yeah.
There's a reason.
And maybe there was a lot that they could hide because they didn't have to think about it being shot in color and, you know, making sense in that way. But
well, some of it can be harder because you've got to make the colors pop in a different way by using unnatural colors.
Yes. And then like there was some shimmery material that was used when the key card was kind of being passed around at one point in time. The guy that had the tray, as he turned and walked away, the light just hit it and it shimmered down. I was just like, oh my gosh, that looks so cool. I really love whatever fabric that is. So I felt like they did a good job in giving some dimension, even though it was black and white. The light was kind of playing around, and obviously they play with the lighting across the face and the tilting of the hats and just sort of, but the different layers of the fabric, everybody was wearing something really unique, and it had this like, I don't know, it looked really hot. Not like, oh, you're hot, but like, oh my God, they've got to be boiling.
Everything they're looked like nylon or like plastic.
It's like in tweed, like they were just like wearing carpentry or something. I was also just really sad to not see like Klingons in their full regalia, like the way that you can see all the different sort of layers of, well, I mean, I guess
chainmail.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I was distracted because I was wondering what it looked like in color, which was sort of weird. And maybe that's sort of a design to make us think about the story. And for me, the story was really, I was distracted by the story because of how much exposition the Doctor was giving in this episode. And it was a spoon-fed episode. This is one you can put on in the background while you're playing Palia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like while you're doing something else, this can kind of be there. They look beautiful, even though they're in black and white. Like it's,
of course,
it's interesting. Like on a second watch, maybe I'd be more interested in kind of the depths. And I know, like there's, like you were talking about, this is mirroring eras of time where people are being oppressed and there's areas that are being taken over, and you have checkpoints. And you know, I was just thinking a lot about like our own war, of course. And Star Trek does this a lot, and so there's part of this that's like, oh God, I hate that this was ever like real for anyone and continues to be for people. So I think it's like meant to just cause a lot of thought, but I was just very distracted. And I don't know if it's because I'm tired, to be honest. I'm not sure.
This dovetails into one of my big points, which is just the story and the plot itself didn't do very much for me. Like I like the message and I like the intent behind it, but I feel like when Star Trek does like some period stuff like this and uses a gimmick like being in black and white, it kind of needs to go a bit more extreme and be a bit silly with it, like the Voyager episodes does. Like when TNG does the mobster stuff, it's really over the top because it's on a holodeck. And even when TOS, they go to a planet that's filled with mobsters and it's like super over the top. This just felt very somber, very dour, and it's not that there isn't like a place for that in Star Trek. It was a very fucking depressing episode. And I think I just wanted it to be something else. And it somehow managed to be very like dour and somber and just so fucking complicated at the same time. There is just so much of the episode is just exposition, explaining where the resistance is at, explaining this mystery, explaining this turn. There is a 6-part Spider Noir series buried in the 45 minutes that is them on the planet. It is so much. I just think they had way too much story to get through for me. Dysa, disagree with me, please. Did you like the plot?
Not a chance. Okay. I will disagree. I will disagree a little bit because, and I'm not trying to be, super nitpicky. You guys both keep saying mobsters. It really has nothing to do with mobsters.
No. It
mobsters
doesn't.
was
No,
the
not at all.
1920s prohibition,
Yes.
like that kind of stuff. This is wartime. This is the 40s. This is literally Casablanca. In fact, I'll just go into that. That's one of my big points. And this will feel like repeating the last several weeks. Stop being so on the nose with your references. Just stop. It's just,
Of all the
I don't
gin
know.
joints, Aaron.
What's that?
Of all the gin joints, Aaron.
Of all, yeah. This is literally the thing. You're just saying the line from the thing that you're doing. And like Ian, you were talking about, I like the message of this. It's literally just the message of Casablanca because they're literally just doing Casablanca.
Yeah, I'm trying to be kind.
Is this a good time to talk about how I've never seen Casablanca and I don't know what you're talking
yes,
about?
It might be. It might be. It's like, the Klingons are wearing armbands. Wink, a wink.
Yeah,
like
I'm amazed
just-
that like they didn't add a fourth thing to because the Klingon symbol has 3.
Yes,
I'm amazed they didn't add a fourth at an angle.
That part I got.
One thing you didn't catch, Deneé, then was the dueling anthem scene. This is a direct rip from Casablanca, except it's with the French resistance. And so the Nazis
I did not understand that at all.
Well, and I'm glad you said that because it felt so hollow compared to how powerful and meaningful that is in the movie. Like when that happens in Casablanca, it is like welling emotion, like and it means something, right?
And it's still my favorite bit of this episode, but because of the borrowed valor from that.
Right, yes. Yes. Yeah. So when they do it here, it feels like shoehorned in. It feels
It was
like
really strange.
quick, and there's not any real emotion to it.
But one of the reasons I really love it as a Star Trek fan is because that wasn't a random Klingon song.
Sure.
That's from TNG. It's a Klingon chant that I'm really familiar with. So I had a big smile on my face when they just started chanting it because I was like, I kind of know the words to this one. And then it dovetails into the Casablanca thing. And I was like, I couldn't help but it hit me. But it is for the wrong reasons completely.
Yeah, if you're going to do the Maltese foul Klingon, at least make it more subtle is all I'm saying. It also speaks to something in the same vein about tone imbalance, right? Because Casablanca is this powerful movie about the French resistance during the Nazi occupation and what that was like and all these things combined with the film noir aspects of, the dialogue and those and that kind of stuff. And here we're dealing with an homage that almost feels a little bit light and fluffy. And it's like you can't transpose the meaning so directly onto something that is just going to be hollow by its nature.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's an imitation of something. So yeah, I think it bears repeating that the show deserves props for doing interesting things and deserves, in my opinion, some negatives for not doing them in interesting ways.
Yeah.
And just doing them on the nose, to say they did them.
Yeah, and I think they attempted to make it a bit more genuine and sincere to the Strange New Worlds universe that we're in by including Mbenga and how he has experience with resisting the Klingons and being part of the war. But to your point, Deneé, that felt just like him explaining a ton of shit.
Oh my
it was
God,
kind of
yes.
just like here's a history lesson. It didn't feel very organic to me.
He's the only reason that you understand anything that's happening.
Yeah.
That person just poisoned themselves. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, he is the computer. It's like, hey, computer, what just happened? Oh, this just happened. It was that route.
And it kind of bothers me more than usual, I think, because if you're telling a story really, really well, you trust the audience to kind of, pick up on these kinds of things. This episode really is doing a lot. There's maybe for me, because I don't understand the references like you guys are talking about Casablanca, however you say it.
Queso.
Yes.
I call it a case of Chiaroscuro.
A Quelsadilla or whatever you...
A Casadilla.
Casadilla, yes, that's
Casadilla
it.
Blanca.
There's a lot happening that, if it is a reference, makes me even more angry, because the music scene, for example, let's just talk about that. I was like, could you have done something in the episode to make that more powerful? Or were they afraid that it was going to be so on the nose because it's been done before? But for someone like myself, I was like, well, what are we doing? Why are we pounding on the table? Wouldn't everybody be afraid that the Klingons would be upset if they're showing that they're part of resistance? Like, what is happening in this?
Yeah, it's unearned.
In this
it's
scene?
completely unearned.
Because, and then he goes over and he smashes the piano, but then nothing really even comes from that. So it was...
I'm never really scared of the Klingons. I think that's like what we're getting at as well.
It's my least favorite part of this episode for sure, because I genuinely had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
I still don't know what's going on.
No, it's not just because you're tired. Like, they pack an entire 90-minute movie worth of plot and emotion into this very, very condensed thing, and hoping the fact that we know the Klingons are bastards are gonna lift up some of the plot for us.
I guess just going forward, this will help me kind of understand. Is this like a play-by-play of the movie?
No, not
essentially?
exactly.
Okay.
No. I mean, there's too much that happens in the movie, and there's a huge romantic element in the movie that's, not really here at all.
Okay.
I don't know, Ortegas and Scotty, I feel like...
That wasn't one of my main points, but I did have it noted that, okay, we get it.
Start
They're
with a
super
beautiful
duper
friendship.
pally
Yeah.
now.
Uh-huh.
It's a little much. It was a little much.
Enjoying each other's Cubans.
But yes, a lot of the moments of the resistance and those kind of, like the cyanide capsule in the teeth, that's a very, common, thing in that genre. I'm not sure if it happens directly in Casablanca, but so there's a lot of stuff like that is directly pulled from, those kind of war spy movies.
I will say that I did enjoy, I can never say her name, Rebecca Romijn? Una.
Romaine?
Rebecca Romaine Stamos?
Yeah, there we go. I enjoyed Una. Like, I love
don't think
her.
it's Stamos anymore,
No,
though.
it's not.
Did she drop the Stamos? Okay.
I think she dropped it, but it's like forever in my mind.
Yeah.
I do love her taking center stage. Like, I love having an Una episode. I think she's incredible. I don't think they really stuck the landing on the thematic links between like her background and what's going on here as well. And they definitely attempted it, and maybe they didn't even need to attempt that. Like, not everything, we've said this before, not everything has to tie into the backstory or stuff that has happened in their history. It can just be these people on this episode, on this adventure.
Well, it's also because her living a double life isn't the same kind of double life that she's trying to live here. They're two very different purposes, right?
Yeah.
Like, one is about resistance and, overcoming as a community. The other is about hiding and not wanting to be known.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't exactly match.
The duality life that has to happen when they're playing kind of like a different character to survive. Uhura at one point in time is being tortured, and is she trying to, I mean, it didn't look as bad as the other girl that got it.
Don't do torture scenes. Like, if you're gonna like dilute them that much, like torture should. Sorry to derail your point, Deneé. Torture scenes should mean something. Like, I feel like you should come out of being tortured by Klingons fucking changed and like affected in some way. And Mbenga's just like, I'm sure that was rough. Was it rough? Sorry, Deneé.
It did seem his response did seem a bit strange, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, they're still having to just ride this out, so it's like they can't be too worried about the pain that she felt, because then it would be more obvious that they were outsiders. Yeah. I don't know. It does require you to have to think through it a lot. But she was talking at one point about like green trees, and that was even lost on me as a backstory element, because I'm thinking, okay, so is she from Earth? And so this green tree reference is important because there are no green trees anymore. Like it seemed like the person that was torturing her was like, oh, you said green trees. That's important.
Because she shouldn't be aware of colors at all. So I think it was to like trip her up a bit, because they're on a monochromatic planet.
She,
in theory, shouldn't even know what blue, green, red is.
Oh,
so she
okay.
had to backpedal.
I see. That should have
away
been more
from that.
obvious, I think, to me. But at the time, I'm just like, we're mysteries within mysteries wrapped inside
Completely
of
fair.
turduckens.
Well, the fact that he used the word like "I admire your enterprise," and that tripped me up because I was like, "Oh fuck, he found the
knows.
Enterprise and
Yeah.
he knows."
Yeah.
And
Which
that's the bit that
immediately
I
made the episode more exciting.
immediately more interesting. But then they abandoned it so quick that I was like, "Oh no, he just used the word Enterprise."
Yeah. To try to do something interesting.
Yeah, I feel like everything this episode does is super duper clumsy.
Did we all just really not like it? I mean, let's keep talking. There's more to kind of get through. But
the thing is, again, I wanted to like it, and I like looking at it, and I like all of the people. I just don't like the fucking story, and I don't like the episode that was on screen. But again, I like all of the pieces, but I hate the execution. And this is just every episode. I would say some of episode 1 and the last 3 episodes have all been exactly the same. I think I like the pieces, and I don't like the execution.
Maybe I like it more because I missed episode 2 and 3.
Yeah, it may well be.
I liked the execution on episode 3. I thought the execution on episode 3 was good.
It's okay. You can be wrong. No, I'm the one that's wrong on this one, on that one. The other plot bits. Let's talk about. Do you want to talk about the anachronisms? Like, is this just me being grumpy that the cigarettes were bizarre to me? When you're dealing with
a parallel idea, like, you know, again, our friendly neighborhood expositioner Mbanga explained to us, you know, it's a surprise we don't run into ourselves more often.
But it's weird that it all happened on the same town,
on the same day,
on the same like. It is really hard for
I
me
agree,
to accept.
It's a cop out, but I'm just saying
they're
saying like, if you can believe that they happen to run in into the exact doppelganger of Una, I'm not sure how a cigarette is any.
I'm totally
worse.
with you. If you're buying cigarettes, you are buying
if you're buying Una, you're buying the cigarettes and all that stuff too.
I guess I'm just not buying it. And this is where I wish I was less of a grumpy man. And I can if it's a great episode, I think that's what it is. Like, I can put that to bed a little bit easier.
Sure.
But I think it also would have been better if Mbanga didn't even try to explain it. Like, if they don't like try to do we know this is weird and we're going to tell you why you should let it go. I was like, just let me let it go. Like, just don't hang a lantern on it. But I think I'm just being a grumpy old man, to be completely honest.
I mean, it was very, very unbelievable for me to think that somebody who has that much face time, this resistance person, this Yvette or whatever her name is, had
I think
so much time with so many people that are so invested in the outcome of their people, their society, their families. Her lives are in so many people's hands, and she looks so much like the other person that it is the whole episode hinges on that. I was extremely
that her inside person in her last dying breath will give her the 1.21 gigawatts.
Yes,
as she was dying.
It's it's the same hair color, it's the same makeup. There's so much that has to.
Yeah.
It's not just a doppelganger. It's a doppelganger that's made all the same fucking choices you have.
They literally leave the shuttle going, "Gosh, I wonder what people wear." And they just nailed it. It's the most accidental.
Don't ask the question. They all wear trilbies. Like,
everything
what the fuck?
that happens in this episode accidentals its way to an outcome where they liberate a planet.
Yeah.
it's
and
just
it's
crazy.
like,
or at least a good portion of the people on a planet.
Yeah, and I think it's the end justifies the means. I think, like, let's not let contrivance get in the way of telling a good story, but I would ask you to tell a good story.
If you're going to do that.
To deliver on that one. Back on the Enterprise, because we're still talking about plot stuff. Aaron, did you like the latest development in La'an's storyline?
Don't care.
Yeah.
I have I'm going to take us down a totally different road for my second point, which is I just realized this episode that they have nerfed my Uhura, and I am kind of angry about it. I find her boring now. I find her inept. Like, she has been portrayed in earlier seasons as, you know, learning, right? She's learning things, but she was always really clever and was able to, come through in the clutch. And here she's played as, first of all, the other side of the expositional device because she doesn't know anything. And also as like her compassion that gets her arrested, like, is just like 101 go to a new planet stuff.
It's a trick she already avoided in the bar with Mbenga.
Right. Yeah, she's already had that lesson.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. What have they done to my girl? Like,
yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but you're completely right.
And she bored me this episode. Like, I just didn't.
Yeah.
Well, not interested in anything she was doing.
Part of the reason I hadn't noticed it is because I just barely noticed her this episode, and there was an opportunity with the torture stuff to do something interesting there, and it was beyond uninteresting.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was one of my big points.
Yeah, completely fair. La'an stuff on the ship, Deneé? Any interest? Get anything from it?
Yeah, I mean, to me it was interesting, but again, I've missed a couple episodes, so I think like the development that she is trying to figure out this new part of her brain, that this new part of her chemistry, this new part of her person, and whether she can do her job well, it worked for me. I like La'an as a character, and I like her. She's kind of like on an island in a way. In the first like season, I remember her just being a very unapproachable individual, and then peeling back the layers of her personality, and then her learning how to open up and have friendships and trust people and just sort of get through all the things that she's been getting through. And so now she has this relationship with Spock, and the thing coming between them is like his demeanor with her is becoming more Vulcan, and her trying to figure out where she is as an individual, as a person in a relationship, as a person on a ship. And then like Pike looking at her going like, no, you were right about something. You're just choosing not to tell me. I love that too, that he knows his people really,
to be
really
fair,
well.
I think Pike is reaping what he sows. It's just another day on the Enterprise of burying shit that should be reported.
Find someone who loves you as much as this show loves the concept of the good lie.
Yes.
It is every episode somebody is covering something up.
It's just like that. It's never day on the Enterprise. It's just what we do here.
It does feel, well, I guess to be fair, I kind of enjoy that they're doing that, because this episode talks about like, oh, there are rules and there's regulations, and I like the rules and the regulations, but it's good to bend the rules. And having been told so much that, Star Trek TOS is trying to figure out what rules and regulations even are. I feel like this show playing with those concepts this way helps TOS to make sense in a way.
I can see that. I like
because
that logic.
You can't have something extremely rigid leading into TOS, or it kind of doesn't let that be the world that it needs to be. But for La'an specifically, I liked it. I didn't mind it. I really find myself continuing to like find my way with this character, which makes me feel great. Because if I was just like, yeah, I like him, yeah, I know. But if it's someone that gives me a little bit of a pause and it kind of like a little itch in my throat, a little like, am I having an allergic reaction to this character? I don't know. I enjoyed that she was right. I enjoyed that the episode was playing around with, no, you're not quite right. Oh, but there's still something there, kind of going around and finding out if she's truly paranoid, and this is going to be part of her character from now on, is just constantly wondering if someone's out to get her, or if she's really doing a great job. And she did a great job. She had a hunch. It was right. And then she had to kind of fold in on it, or she didn't have to. She chose to fold in on it. And that's also interesting to me, because it says that she's not so rigid that she wouldn't cover for an entire other ship that apparently did something very, very good in a very wrong way.
Yeah.
And they are playing around with what Starfleet is. I mean, even Una says that Starfleet isn't always right. So I liked it. I liked that part. I thought it was an interesting episode, interesting way to play around with her going around on the ship. It was my favorite part of this episode, actually, was the ship stuff.
I can see why, because it's kind of the most like kind of standard Star Trek stuff as well. It's more like kind of what we'd expect. I do like hanging out with La'an. I was a little bit frustrated that it feels like they made every easy choice possible. Like her being paranoid, but the paranoia isn't paranoia if you're right. I would have been more interested, to be honest, if it was a case of her being super paranoid, because I feel like that leads towards more interesting things down the line in the season where she does have to second guess herself more because she was wrong about this thing. I was also pleading for her to tell Pike so that there is something interesting happening between her and Chapel as well, where for whatever reason she decided to tell Pike that Chapel did this. And I just think it's a more interesting kind of way to take the story, and then you figure it out like afterwards. Like, okay, what does this mean for their relationship? What does this mean for like what La'an does? As it is, it was just the most bog standard basic decisions to make.
I'd love to see an episode callback. I don't know that it'll happen, but I think it would be interesting if there's a moment where Pike knew, and that's why he gave her that out at the end.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
He
doesn't
already
give a shit.
knows.
I mean, the thing is, even if La'an does tell him, he could still bury it himself because that's what Pike does.
Yeah.
He would absolutely bury it.
Yeah, for
he
sure.
wouldn't let them get fired.
Yeah.
But again, even that might create some tension between him and La'an, where it's just like, I'm kind of judging you for not lying to me, La'an.
Well, if it's all just guesswork and us doing what we love to do, which is rewrite these episodes to make it better in our own way.
So earlier you said, and I would have loved to segue directly in, but there was still more to be said. You said that Strange New Worlds, stuff like this helps Strange New Worlds lead into TOS and let it be less rigid. Well, talking about ridges and leading into TOS, Core shouldn't have any. Which was the best segue I've ever made. Core's ridges, and this is where I'm going to put my spectacles on and get very, very nerdy about this. Actually, we have seen Core before, and I think, Dicer, do you remember Core from TOS?
I don't. I remember. I remember. Is he the first Klingon we ever see in the show?
He's the second Klingon we ever see, but he's in the first episode. So we see his lieutenant first, technically.
Oh, technically, okay.
He is the first main character Klingon that we see, in Errand of Mercy.
Yeah.
So that's
I don't really remember much.
Yeah.
I would not have known that his ruffles didn't have ridges. That would not have been in my
Well, this is where Star Trek ties itself up in knots. And the canon police, I don't care too much for them, but it does play a part and it does kind of bug me. So in the original series, Core is, as with the rest of the Klingons from the original series, completely flat-headed, problematic makeup and such. Core makes a return in Deep Space Nine with fucking ridges. So it's kind of like, that's great, actually. That's fine, because it's like, okay, I guess in universe, the Klingons always had the ridges. And it's just an artifact of makeup in the 60s that we didn't see them on TV. That's fine. Core returning, has ridges, can look past it. Until Enterprise comes along and tries to explain why the Klingons don't have ridges. So they start with ridges. They lose the ridges because of genetic manipulation, which explains why the TOS Klingons have flat heads. And then eventually that genetic thing is bred out and disappears, which is why they then have ridges again. Core having ridges now completely contradicts that. Because
wait, didn't you just say they have ridges and then don't and then do?
No, but not individual Klingons.
Oh, I see.
It's like it's bred out, as in like they go. They're gone. I mean, in the Enterprise episode...
So are you talking individually or are you talking
as a species?
As a race?
As a species, yeah, as a selection of them. So it's like certain Klingons would have the flat heads and then eventually they're bred out and the ridges all come back.
So it didn't explain why Core in Deep Space Nine had ridges?
No.
Okay.
No. It doesn't explain that.
You could say Strange New Worlds is just going by Deep Space Nine's canon.
Exactly, and ignoring Enterprise. And ignoring Enterprise, yes. Which is a prequel that it obviously happens before TOS. So the real problem here is Enterprise trying to explain why the Klingons
that
look
is
different
the real problem.
When you could just leave it be. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And Discovery started this.
Well, assuming there is an actual problem, that would be the real
Yes, it's not an actual problem. Shut up. Discovery was the real first problem because they had the Klingons with the ridges. but then you could just like explain that it's a different tribe. But specifically Core doing before, because I could believe that maybe like Core always had the flat head, and at some point between TOS and Deep Space Nine, he
changed to a Phillips. I get it.
He has the ridges. But this, logically in my brain, it means that Core has ridges, some point in the next 5 to 6 years, said, fuck them, get rid of the ridges, and then put them back on. So I know, it doesn't matter too much,
it's
but
like
it is
lip filler.
weird. Yeah.
Whatever.
Weird
Almond Joy has
choices.
nuts. Mounds don't. You know? Like,
that's what it is.
Sometimes.
There. Anyway,
The episode's
nitpicky.
annoying whenever you get so focused on that and
really fixated. And also, there are other Klingons. This didn't have to be Core. You've picked Core because everybody knows the name Core. So.
I did not.
Well,
for the record.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, it is kind of fun to think about an audience. It's like, oh fuck, that's Core. Oh, cool. You know, I kind of love that.
Yeah, he was like, oh fuck, that's Core, and I was like, oh fuck, that's Core, really quickly. All right, Commodore, give us your third point.
I'll go back to the genre just a little bit because there is another point from the genre that I think is important to make, because we've already talked through how, you know, you're missing the actual interesting mystery that's usually in this kind of genre, right? The story just doesn't have that. But the other thing that's missing, I think, is even more important, and it is that sharp, crackling dialogue.
Yeah,
like film noir is some of the coolest film to watch because the way it's written is so clever and smart and quippy and sharp, and there wasn't even really an attempt at that.
No. She had legs that went all the way up to the moon and back.
Oh boy.
So I was picturing the film noir. It was a dark and stormy night. The dame was there and she had legs like legs.
Like legs. Like
had
two
the
front legs.
Ian needed to be on the writing staff. Just amazing stuff. Right,
Hire me
right
now.
there.
Let's go. She had legs like legs.
Star Trek, if you're listening, please don't judge us by this episode. Listen to some others.
Yeah.
We've really done some really cool rewrites.
But I only mention it to say, like, those are the ways you nail the homage.
Yes.
You don't nail it by saying of all the gin joints. You're just parroting something that's in the other thing. You nail it by taking the structures and the feel and the ambiance and those kind of things, which you're doing well with the black and white and those kind of things. But you just, if you don't nail the dialogue and you don't nail the interesting mystery, there's just nothing to keep us compelled. There's nothing to keep us interested.
I think there isn't really a mystery in this episode. You're so right, because they're explaining everything to you as you go. You're sort of like, oh, this isn't really a mystery. We know why they're on this planet. We know that they are not supposed to get caught. We know there's a resistance. We know all of the things. It's the only real mystery is, you know, who killed the actual person, but it's pretty obvious from the beginning who that is. I mean, at least it was for me. So
I wish he'd made it obvious to everybody that matters. Like, why did he keep that under his hat for so long? Like, by the way, Mr. Core, pretty sure I killed her. And now she's back. And she seems completely unaware.
yeah, it doesn't really work.
No, there's so much. This would be a very long Cinema Sins, TV Sins video.
Yeah.
Have you got a third, Deneé?
I actually don't remember if I went to my number 2, but that's okay.
I think we did like the black and white stuff and then some plot stuff. So yeah, I whatever's next for you.
Yeah, say what you got to say.
Speak to it.
Let it out.
My next thing that I want to talk about is, for me, I really enjoyed the planet that they were on and seeing kind of this industrial revolution, sort of like you said, Dicer, 1940s, not a mobster movie at all.
Well, what's interesting, I will say, what's actually interesting is the dynamic of the planet structure is actually more 20s than 40s. It's much more Metropolis than Casablanca, which I find really, really interesting.
I really enjoyed it. Like the clickety clack,
like diesel punk
kind
of
it's
feel.
the alt history Zeppelin.
Oh, I loved it.
As if the Nazis did win.
Very Fritz Lang, Metropolis, you know, early 20th century sci-fi.
The way that the chips would go into a device and then it would clickety clack like at a printer. The sounds were very 90s clickety-clack printer-y sort of
and
fax
kind of like
machine.
Fallout, the tech that you see in the bunkers in Fallout, kind of like that.
Yes. And this is where I wanted to see it in color also, because I'm like, ooh, what did it look like? But the sound design of it was really interesting to me, and I like the idea that they had to do an EMP to. I wish they could have maybe expanded on that a little bit more in some ways. It's okay, but like that we had to. This planet has a unexpected shield that they're that when they went through it on the shuttle, they realized the entire planet is kind of covered by a barrier that's hidden by the storm, which is why Starfleet couldn't see it.
It's indistinguishable from the electromagnetic shit.
And the villain's plan, the Klingons' plan, is to turn that into a vaporizing barrier. And so before the Klingons can do that, the Resistance has to set off a device that essentially eliminates the Klingons' ability to kind of like use their technology, allowing everybody to get off, for as many people as possible to either get off the planet before the Klingons show up to just like really put it on lockdown, or develop some kind of resistance. That I wasn't really sure about. Seeing everybody leaving the planet gave me the information I needed there. And so like the way that all the tech is used, and there's a moment when Una has to open up a secret door. Like I just loved all of that stuff. I wanted to be hearing them move through this space even more. And I felt like the plot was getting in the way of us having a lot of fun on this planet. Even though obviously we can't stay in the planet more than one episode.
I think you're absolutely right. I think they should have zeroed this into a very like a singular mission. Like it kind of it tried to cover the start, middle, end, especially the end of this revolution and like the climax of it. I think it would have been much better to, if it didn't have to like free most of the planet, zero in on like a very specific mission that you're in the middle of. Yeah. And then that allows everything else to breathe a little bit as well and to live here. It is so many words to explain what's going on and so many layers of mystery that is just too ambitious for even 57 minutes.
And I wonder if they're trying to also indicate that Una would have been tempted to stay as this great leader and do this, all of this stuff, because at the end she has to give up this power, to someone who's on the planet. But I didn't even really buy into that being a difficult decision for her. So the thing that I found to be the most interesting is just like, how did you get into the clothes that are perfect? Show me around more. Let me see. There's like a steampunk train that's kind of going through like some sort of like Chicago loop style vibe. And I wanted to be in that world a little bit. That bar was really, really fun. Like show me around the bar a little bit more, go into some secret cool spaces. And
I'm with you, actually. Yeah. I'm with you on that.
So I just wanted to mention, I really did like the sets.
Yep.
Quite a lot. Yeah.
I do have a couple of positives as well. I do love seeing the D7 cruiser, the Klingon cruiser. I think that's beautiful, and it's fun to see it in black and white as well. I just think they're such a cool ship design. I love that they haven't messed with it at all. It's just, it is what it is. Like, that is as you would have seen it in the motion picture. It's a beautiful ship. And I really loved the actor that played Core. He had really
I agree with that.
Fun.
That was my main positive.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. There was a couple of line deliveries that
were outstanding.
They gave me the villain vibe, like
Hannibal
we've seen
Lecter
in some no.
Oh, I kind of got some of Hannibal Lecter, like Anthony Hopkins' delivery.
I was sure. I was thinking more like when we were watching, the best of for the
60th anniversary?
60th.
Yeah.
anniversary.
Oh, like juicy, like Khan vibes. Yeah.
There was some confidence in the delivery that was genuinely exciting. I thought that was really cool.
Shout out Damore Barnes.
Really
Damore
good.
Barnes. Yeah. And I
very
thought
much enjoyed
the
him.
prosthetic was really fun to kind of like, it kind of came down and it just kind of took his nose down to this little nubbin. I think a lot of times we see like a really dominant facial features that are like on the nose ridge specifically. It was really cool. And to be able to act through prosthetics, but this one didn't cover the eyes too much, in black and white as well, was really delightful. I hope we get to see that character again.
Oh, we will get to see that character again in TOS, Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, right.
I mean, in the series.
Completely agree. I think he was incredible.
Do you know how you can tell you're in the Midwest?
Do it.
Damore Barnes.
Oh.
Damore Barnes, Deneé. That's how Damore Barnes.
There's more barns. There are more barns.
Demoor Barnes.
There's
Damore
more
cows, Damore barns, Damore corn.
Oh my God. Wow.
All right. Deneé, did you have, I know we've hit Aaron's points, anything else you wanted to talk about?
While she's thinking, I do love that the episode was like, just two non-Earthlings discussing ancient Earth writings that may or may not be making $1 billion at Earth theaters right now.
It
What?
was like,
Wait, what?
so she mentions that, it might be a Trojan horse. And I went, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
It's like,
the Odyssey.
you know Trojan horse. It's from the Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. Is what I wanted
Just
her
two
to say.
non-Earthlings just talking, just talking about the Odyssey
Talking
as
about
they
the
do.
Odyssey.
I thought that too. I was like, oh, that's timely.
Fucking
I'd
unnecessary.
have so much more respect for Star Trek if maybe they do this occasionally, Ian. If it was like some weird reference from Vulcan that nobody knows, but they're like, oh yeah, I know the Vulcan Odyssey or whatever, like if it was just something instead of always being an Earth reference, if
Yeah.
it was
they genuinely do that quite a bit. One of my favorite ones, there's two, and I'm just going to take you on a little bunny trail walk with me here. There's two that happen
Bounce with me if it's a bunny trail.
Please do. Bounce with me on this bunny trail.
Yeah.
There are two in the undiscovered country. One of the Klingons quotes Shakespeare and is talking about how I think the undiscovered country is Shakespeare, isn't it? And that's why he mentions it. And so you haven't appreciated Shakespeare until you've heard it in the original Klingon, which I absolutely love. And Spock on the bridge says something. He says a quote from Sherlock Holmes, which is I'm not even gonna try and remember what the quote is, but he says just that's something from one of my ancestors, and it's a direct quote from Conan Doyle and Sherlock Holmes. So, and that's not what you're
that's
saying.
not exactly what I'm
it's
talking
not what you're
about,
saying, but it is them owning.
It's kind of the opposite, in fact. But yeah,
it's
yeah,
them owning a Earth thing as if it actually originated on their
Right.
planets. But yeah, I couldn't help but bunny trail into that.
It'd just be funny if their conversation, if they were just like talking about stuff nobody had any idea.
Yeah,
like
out of
nobody watching
context.
is like has
Yeah.
any clue what they're talking
Not a
about. But they're
clue.
like, oh yeah, that that deep Klingon text or whatever.
Spock should have said, I never saw it. I went to see Spider-Man Brand New Day instead.
Oh no. I don't think I have anything else. We've covered everything, I think,
Amazing.
pretty well.
Any final wrap-up thoughts, Dicer, or did you just do it?
I mean, my review for this was probably in the episode itself. I know 600 words for bad. This is worse than all of them.
Oh shit.
Oh, boy.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
shit. Well, give us your pips then.
Yeah, a single pip's fine for this episode. I really didn't like it. I really did not like this episode.
Oh no.
Ambassador.
I think it was some can I go 2.5?
Yes, that's a half. That's a half that you can have. Yes,
That's a half
it
I
is.
can have.
That's
I
a half that
almost-
Slab allows us to have.
I almost went 3, but as we talked about it, I just started to like it less. Not just because of the conversation. Like I don't want that to be like my friends influenced me to not like this as much as I did before.
Peer pressure. Join the resistance.
But
Wait.
2.5's a good rating. That's what I gave last week, and I really liked last week. Am I not misunderstanding the
No,
ratings?
you're right.
Is 2.5 not a good
pretty
rating?
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
It's okay. Yeah, it's in the middle.
I really did like what was happening on the ship. It's kind of weird, but I did.
It's fine.
And
You're
I
supposed to.
liked the set, and I think it was interesting. I don't think that they nailed it with the story, but
Yeah.
Well, and that's why mine's so low. Like the atmosphere was fine on the planet.
Mhm.
We mentioned the great acting performance,
Mm-hmm.
but I was bored out of my skull for this episode. I was just so
That's my
bored this
biggest-
entire
Yeah.
50 minutes.
I haven't said those
Yeah.
words, but I was bored, and it's hard because
Yeah.
that's what I was getting at the top of the episode. Is that I like the sincerity, I like the message, of course, but that doesn't change the fact that all of your exposition word salad and the fact that what you're doing wasn't super interesting bored the tits off me, or bored the ridges off me. That was a much better shit. I wish I'd said that the first time.
You
Fuck,
could
that
edit
would've
it
been
out.
so
You
good.
did.
You could edit
You
it.
did,
You
Ian.
say
What are you
it.
talking
What are you
about?
talking
That was the
about?
very first
That's
thing you
exactly
said.
what you said.
But the problem is, I think this rant is now funnier than me getting that right the first time.
Oh, great.
Oh, the complex decisions you have to make when you're the editor.
Oh my! I just put it all. I'll just release 2 versions of the pod and release them in different theaters. That's how this show works. I'm gonna be 1.5 pips. I'm trying to distinguish why, and I think the half a pip extra is I really love hanging out with Una. I still
And I don't. I'm not a huge Una fan either,
Yeah.
so that I didn't have that part.
you famously dislike women on this show. I mean, Uhura and Una. I just don't like women, do you, Aaron?
Wow. That
I mean, the show continues to, leave Chapel out of it for most of it. So,
it's a good point.
Yeah,
It's a
she's
valid
just in
point.
there for just like an unexpected moment.
I like Commander Pelia as well.
Oh, you mean Doctor Who's assistant? Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Unless she's referenced with Doctor. Deneé, there was another fucking Doctor Who reference.
Stop it.
Wait, no, was that in episode 1?
She was here. She was here for
No,
that.
you were
that
here
was,
for that.
That,
They haven't done one
No,
since.
that was like I was in a phone box once. It's like
lady. Okay,
Go-
we're now trashing on
Sorry.
other episodes. That's where I'm at. 1.5 stars. Stars? Fucking hell. 1.5 pips. Jimmy, it's late, people, for context. It's almost a
It
different
just-
day to when we started.
I was going to say, we just turned over the day.
Yes, it's a new dawn.
It's now morning, technically. Now's where we sing Good Morning from Singing in the Rain.
George had gone, George Hai Chi.
the cat is upstairs meowing to go out. Can we?
Yeah, no, we can do
wrap
this. Okay.
Good morning. Good
Oh
morning.
my god.
Aaron, what's happening next? How close are we to your next thing that you're doing that people can listen to that we keep teasing?
Yeah, I've been mentioning Sif Pop. Check that out. That'll be real soon. Probably second Monday in September is when the Summer Sum Game episode drops, where we tally up our totals from our guesses about how much money movies are going to make during the summer. Spoiler alert. We were all very, very wrong. Some of us more wrong than others, he says, pointing the finger at himself.
That's so fun. I love it when you're so far off.
Absolutely my worst guesses of all time.
It's amazing because you're usually so good.
So it'll be fun to go over that. And then, big announcement on that episode as well, dealing with Sif Pop itself. So
Let's go.
So, yeah, hope
all
to
of
see
the
you there.
teasers. Well, until next week, you can come and send us messages and stuff. Ian and Deneé at gmail.com. You can join our Discord, which has a link in this episode description. Where you
people are going to put a question mark at the end of your email address.
It's so
I
funny.
thought that was implied. And I'm reading it from. I have my own little prompter here,
Is
and it's
that
just
my
I'm reading
email?
it. Is that my email address? And you can also join the Patreon to get an ad-free version of this show in your very own dedicated podcast feed. Just go to Patreon and Ian and Deneé, and you'll find things there. Until next week, I'm Captain Ian, and the work you do feigns nobility, but it is misguided from me.
It's I love mustard from me because I really do.
And this is not my first time pretending to be someone I'm not, from me.
Live long and Podsper.
Thanks for assimilating this episode of Captain's Pod. Leave us a review wherever you listen to your pods. And don't forget, our hailing frequencies are always open at iananddeneé@gmail.com. And then I think I'm just supposed to close this hailing frequency by pressing this little button. Beep, bop, boop, boop. Okay, we're out! Okay. Oh, Aaron's asleep.
Is he actually asleep?
I don't know.
Wake up! Wake up!
You wanted to. You wanted to.
Why'd you leave your keys up on the table?
You wanted to. I hit it.
Why are you guys singing Weird Al?
Right.
Wait, did he cover that?
Of course he did.
What was his version?
It was one of the songs in one of his albums, polka medley that he
Are
does
we?
of like rock
He
songs.
did a polka version of
Oh
it?
yeah, it's the best. Are
We
you
are
not like a
recording,
Weird
yeah.
Al head? Like, have you not like dug into his discography and like?
No, I haven't dug in. No.
I would highly recommend, if nothing else, finding a way to listen to his polka medleys because
I hate polka.
that's the point though. It's like all these songs
Okay.
you know and love done in a terrible,
He polka'd them.
polka. He polka'd them. Well, Weird Al's dad, I think, was like legit a famous accordion player who was like famous in the polka world. So
That's
it's
amazing.
like a heritage.
That's so
thing.
funny. That's great.
Nick Yankovic,
Yeah.
a
See?
World War II veteran who famously told his son that, quote, the key to success is doing for a living whatever makes you happy, unquote.
I would argue with that.
Of course you would.
Success,
Because that's what makes you happy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Success and happiness
fuck.
are not hand in hand. What? What's so fuck?
Oh,
How
both his parents died at the same time from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh, good
that's rough.
lord.
Yeah.
From a blocked fireplace flue trapped.
Yeah,
The trapped gas inside. Oh, that's so sad.
that's really sad.
I don't want to get old. I don't want to get old anymore.
Did you
I
before?
don't want to get old like
Were you
that.
like, really looking forward to it?
Yeah.
No, you're the only person that I know that's like, yeah, let's get older.
Let's go.
Every year is a blessing. It's a new experience. You know, this year I got to be 50 years old. Like that happens for 1 year of your life. You know, I don't know. There's just something really interesting about time and how it passes.
The value that we put on numbers.
Well, even more than that, just the idea of like the passage of time and how we get so caught up in the, future
shit.
or past or whatever that we forget to accept the gift that is the present.
That is the aged present.
That is the theme of Star Trek Generations, as
yes, it is.
exemplified by the quote, "Time is the fire in which we burn."
But I was the same with my kids too. Everybody talks about, oh, they grow up too fast. And I was like, I love every single year. Like
Oh,
every
I thought you were like, no, they don't grow up fast enough. Get them out of here.
No. But it's like, it was just like, I don't want them to be 4 again. I like that they're 25 now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Every
know.
year is a new adventure.
Yeah. It's
New trauma. New thing to be depressed about.
your worldview is astonishing, Ian. It's just beautiful.
Welcome to England. We never left the Depression.
All I know is that my mic fell off again.
This time it really fell off.
And it's fine. Like, the mic is fine.
I was gonna
But
say, I noticed you're using a Shure.
yeah, that was a very fast fix so that I could get to a meeting. And we just haven't fixed it before the podcast. So I'm on a new mic at the minute, but I hate
but that's
it
a good mic.
already.
That's
I
a
mean,
good
the mic is
though.
great.
Yeah,
the
no,
mic
it's
is great,
good
but
mic.
every time I'm typing, I can hear it. And every time I set my, I just heard that. I don't usually hear
Yeah, but
that.
that's in you can control that in your board, right?
Well, that's on his side because
Yeah.
he's plugged
Oh,
my
you
mic
both don't have
into him.
So her mic is plugged into your.
He
the
likes
sake
it that way
road.
for the podcasting.
For the sake of editing, yes, it makes editing a lot easier.
Wah, wah.
So when you put the Shure in, did you do like the Shure?
He
Yes,
did.
I've moved
Yeah.
it over to the Shure
Yeah.
preset. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it.
But it's-
I think it'll be fine.
But it's on my table.
Yeah, that's always annoying.
So that's kind of annoying.
Maybe
But
not
it's
for
alright.
everybody. I guess a lot of people do that. I just, as a
Oh,
radio
yeah.
person, I need an arm and I need it hanging in front of my face. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard.
I have questions.
We've got answers.
We.
No, that's a,
Wait.
That's a brand thing. You've got questions. We've got answers.
Yeah, what is that?
I think it's
Yeah.
it's either financial or insurance or it's
Mhm.
like maybe Prudential. No, it's not Prudential.
Wow. You're going to get there.
It's like Schwab or something. Like it's like one of
I'm
the.
looking it up. Got questions. We've got answers. Radio Shack.
Radio Shack?
That's what it says.
Never would've guessed
I was
that.
so way off. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that was in the 2000s. Oh, from the 90s, to the 2000s.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
that
so
felt so much more recent to me.
in your
I'm
brain.
so old.
Yeah.
Someone else is using that because I remember that. Like it's in my brain.
You were alive during the 2000s.
I don't think I was cognizant of Radio Shack in England, where Radio Shack isn't advertising.
OG Star Wars coming to theaters. No additions.
What's that?
OG Star Wars coming to theaters without the additions.
Is he actually doing it?
Yeah,
Not-
Disney's doing it.
Not like original.
Original 70, whatever, 7. Yeah.
I don't. Isn't it? But the original is like he's burned it, hasn't he?
Oh, no, it exists.
I don't know. Okay, that's interesting.
Are we going to be allowed to smoke cigarettes in the theater?
Only if it's on an alien planet that shouldn't have cigarettes.
What? Why not?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about this episode.
But also, why not? There can be tobacco.
It's insane, Deneé, in the words you're saying. That they look that cigarettes
just watched
Parallel universe.
independently.
You heard him, Banga.
Jesus.
All of it. One ridiculous thing does not
Let's get
excuse
can
the
we
other.
get to the show?
Give us a synopsis, Deneé. You've been away for 2 weeks. You've been off duty.
Okay. Una should be court-martialed, and
Again.
in today's episode, how am I gonna sum this shit up?
As long as you do it in less than 57 minutes, we'll be fine.
The Doctor is playing the part of expositional master. Uhura is playing the part of she should never be on an away team.
Mm-hmm.
Una is playing the part of rebellion leader of Starfleet because she's a twin to a mobster on a Klingon planet.
No mobsters.
No mobsters
Not
in this
entire
one.
episode.
No.
What are you talking about?
There's no mobsters.
Not a single mobster in this
No.
entire
I
episode.
had that vibe.
Yeah, it did. Correct.
And La'an was right. Everybody's just doing whatever the fuck they want. I don't know how to talk about this episode.
Commodore,
It's black and white. What do you want from me?
Commodore Dicer, give us a synopsis.
First and most importantly, where was James T. Kirk? Is
It's
this
so
a Star
weird.
Trek show or not?
The weirdest
Like,
thing.
where is Kirk?
Yeah.
And
And why isn't there a new person falling in love with Spock?
Right?
I don't ask for
What
much.
are we even doing here? No, this was firmly Casablanca
Nice.
takeoff. It's or Casablanca, maybe, if you prefer,
Core?
since we get the
Klingon.
Klingon. core.
Klingon. Wow. Yep. Can't believe I missed that. Yep. Good.
Yeah. So it's very firmly in that wartime, black and white, film noir kind of canon. And I have plenty to say about that. But the episode itself really didn't go anywhere interesting enough to sum up. So
I can't disagree. And yet I'm going to be the third host that tries to give an actual synopsis. But I'm also so tired of being mean. I'm so tired of being negative. But on IMDb, it's like trash as well. Like the internet thinks it's trash. I want to be the Star Trek optimist, and it's not letting me be. It's so hard. I'm just like, I'm watching some great TV, and it's never fucking Star Trek.
Well, Deneé, I would be curious if you liked last week's episode. We kind of talked about at the end as to whether or not you would, but it is super silly, and I think a lot of the comedy works.
The Dude Where's My Car one?
It's very Dude Where's My Starship.
I never saw that movie, so...
You just quote it.
Wait,
You've just never seen it.
did I?
And then?
No, I
then?
never saw that movie because everybody started doing it. And so then it's just like, I guess we're all doing this thing now, you know.
It was the movie. Like I turned, I'm going to say 13, 12, something like that. And it was the blockbuster movie that all of my friends had and passed around. Like it was the movie to watch.
But do not watch episode 2.
No.
But episode 3,
do
I
not.
think you'll be fine.
There's nothing for you to gain from it either.
Yeah. Ian was very much like, I'm so glad that you were not watching that episode when it
So
came
bad.
out.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Ba-ba-bum, bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, we should not do episodes that late.
Or we should.
Yes, that too.